Isaac Newton was born January 4th of 1643 in Woolsthorpe, England. He died March 31st, 1721 in London. He went to the University of Cambridge's Trinity College and he was knighted by Queen Anne of England in 1705. He also came up with Principia, which is a book of laws.
Newton's first law stated that an object will stay in motion until another force is acted upon it.
As the ball is traveling towards the racket at a fast speed, the person will swing the racket. The racket will make contact with the ball. When this happens, the ball stops in midair. Then it will go forward at a high speed in the opposite direction. This is an example of Newton's first law because the ball stayed in motion until it made contact with the racket and then went in a different direction.
Riding a scooter is inertia. When you are pushing it really fast and stop abruptly, the scooter will still continue. This is because the scooter still wants to move even though the person has stopped, so it will still move.
Newton's second law is the force in newtons equals the mass of an object multiplied by its acceleration. An example of Newton's second law is a spitball. As we know, Newton's second law is the mass of an object multiplied by its acceleration. The piece of paper is released from the straw at a high speed so it will make a great impact. Remember, if something is small but has a high velocity and can make an object with a high mass knock over.
New fact: if something has great mass and a lot of force, it can or will knock something over that has a smaller mass. An example is getting knocked over. If a person with a larger mass runs into someone standing still with a smaller mass, the smaller person will get knocked over. If they are running at each other and the smaller person is going at a higher velocity, then the smaller person has a chance of knocking the larger person over. Newton's third law is forces always act in equal but opposite pairs.
If someone throws a tennis ball at a wall, the ball will bounce back. This is because forces always act in equal but opposite pairs. The harder you throw the ball at the wall, the harder it will come back, and the softer you throw it, the softer it will come back. The action is throwing the ball, and the reaction is it bouncing back. The wall is pushing back with the same amount of force that you.
Jumping is an example of Newton's third law. When you jump, you push down on the floor and go up. As you push off the floor pushes you back. Although you might not feel it, it's still happening. Pushing off the floor is the action force, and the ground pushing you back is the reaction force.